Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairy Muppet. Welcome back to another gorgeous Starcraft 2 game here today. And yes, it is going to be very, very awesome. So let's start off introducing our players. There's going to be a PvT here today. Up the top right side of the map is going to be Leenock. He is awesome. He has always been awesome. And we've been casting him for quite a while now, actually. All over the place, sort of. He's pretty awesome, as we said. So he's 19 years old. Comes from South Korea, plays for the Yo Flash Wolves team. Did he stop playing for them at some point? No, he started playing at the start of this year. He started playing for them, so very, very nice. Oh man, I need a drink. Yeah. I need a drink. I need a new drink. I need to make a new one, but I'm already casting, so yeah, just gonna have to go for it. So let's move across. Oh man, simultaneous scouting. That should be the name of a song, like simultaneous scouting. I'm not going to try and sing it, but it's, yeah, it would be awesome. So anyway, moving on, his opponent is going to be Mr. Polt, 25 years old from South Korea, plays for the Siam Storm team, or is at least sponsored for them. I've never understood that, but regardless, we're just going to go with it. Leenock getting a fast Nexus. Polt just a shade ahead of him in terms of getting that. Reaper comes out, Lucky Reaper, sees the probe and decimates. I don't know why they actually disintegrate afterwards, but apparently it's, I don't know, so the Terrans can't steal their top secret probe tech or something like that, Protoss technology. So it's got like a little self-destruct, disintegrate sort of thing, so not a single trace of it is left. I don't know how the Terrans do, because when they die, they eventually just sink into the ground like going back to Mother Nature or something. It sounds like a Zerg thing, but I guess the Terrans do that as well. I don't know how their armor goes back to Mother Nature, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe everything in the Terran army is made from biodegradable materials, you know. It's the future, so they've got over the whole plastic bags floating in the ocean sort of stage of humanity where they don't give a crap about the dolphins, and they've started doing everything biodegradable. And they've got to the point where everything is biodegradable. All of their weapons, all of their armor, all of their bullets. Yeah, all of that stuff. So as soon as they die, everything is completely biodegradable. And yeah, it's pretty awesome, man. I mean, sure, they love just blowing stuff up still, but at least they're caring about the environment in this future age. And I gotta give them props for that. The hell is this Twilight Council? He's going for Dark Templars, man. That's got to be for Dark Templars right there. That is nasty play by Leenock. Very, very cheesy, but could definitely work out. We do have, of course, have an orbital here and another orbital over there. No missile turrets as of yet. He probably is waiting to scout out the Stargate before he sees that. Or if he sees the Cyber Core and the gateway here, but no other buildings, he is going to be very, very intrigued. But I don't know if he's actually going to see the rest of it. Oh, just gets away. Barely any health left. It's a full scout off on the entire base. And if Polt is not thinking proxy at this point, then I don't know what to say for him, because he should be thinking proxy at the 6.5 minute mark. Only a gateway and a cyber core, man. You've got to be thinking proxy at this point. He's actually put it in a different location, just to make it even harder to find. So there we go. I don't know if Polt is thinking proxy Stargate. He probably is. He's probably thinking proxy Stargate, because that's the most common proxy building placed down. You can see he's even got the Marines over here, so he's defending against an air attack, even though he didn't scan a Stargate. So he's definitely thinking proxy something. So there we go. Does he have Marines down there? He does have a few. Getting the missile turret up out the front. God knows if he's expecting a Dark Shrine, because if I was him, well, first of all, I wouldn't be in Master League, but if I was him, I'd be expecting a proxy Stargate with some Oracles coming in. And this missile turret isn't best placed for an Oracle play. It is very well placed for a Dark Templar play, though, so that makes me think that maybe he does actually think there's a Dark Templar coming out. So yeah, very nice play if he has done it. I don't know how he could guess there's a Dark Templar and not a Stargate play, but regardless, I mean, he's Polt, so he's maybe he's seen Leenock do that a few times. But oh, the Warp Prism coming out, and he even got a Marine out here scouting For what? If he's expecting a proxy, this is not going to be scouting. Is he really scouting for a warp prism right here? I mean, this is the... if he's scouting for a warp prism to come out to start dropping down the DTs, then this is... Oh, he just saw... I think he knows there's DTs on the map right now, so... If this Marine is scouting for a warp prism, then I am absolutely flabbergasted at the genius of Polt right here. Because that is completely phenomenal play right there. Warp prism goes on down, and now he's got to be watching this top side. We do have a missile turret going up in this corner. Great job there. Zealot being warped out just to knock that Marine down. Let's look at the bigger part of the game. Let's stop concentrating on the DT. Look at the bigger part. Leenock still doing a fantastic job on the economy. I thought Polt would be pushing ahead because Leenock has been getting all this sorts of tech, but Leenock up to 52, so obviously been putting that chrono boost down on the workers. Great job. Warp prism coming over there. One DT coming down. Does get chased away, and oh man, Polt, you would sell your soul for a Viking right now. I'm quite sure he would. He's actually getting a couple of medevacs out, so a Viking maybe not a bad idea. He's going to go for the full warp in just to exactly stop the DTs from getting in there. Very, very nice. There's still a DT waiting over there, but not much he can do. Dropping down the DT on the very, very edge. Does he know it's there? No, I don't think he does. Or he knows it's there and he's just not going to bother actually putting down a scan to kill it. But he doesn't have a thingamy-bob over there, so he can potentially go in, start sniping some tech labs and force a scan. Oh, the scouting factory is going to get owned pretty quickly. No, the stalkers pulling back. They're a little bit worried about that drop, so they are going to be pulling back. Great, great job there. Actually dropping down right next to the observer, so Leenock sees everything. Gets a scan down, and man, I should not eat Anzac biscuits before I start casting. Oh man, it's doing all sorts of bad things to my throat. I might have to pause this in a couple of minutes and go get another drink, but because I run out of my current drink, so ugh. Yeah, it's not even the really nice Anzac biscuits that, you know, your mum makes at Anzac Day. The really nice ones that are nice and soft, which is a little bit hard, but not too bad. These are the like the Arnott's Anzac biscuits, which is just like, just, you know, they're fine as long as you don't really care what they taste like. It's fine. Oh, DT! There we go. It's forcing another scan right there. Great stuff. This DT is still just sitting there, waiting for the opportune time. You could get most of these down, actually. Oh, you'd get at least a couple of them and force another scan off. So forcing another scan, I don't think it's worth all of the gas you spend on the DTs just to be forcing a scan. You actually want to be able to do something with them in addition to forcing the scan, but yeah. If you're going to get it lost, you may as well get it lost forcing a scan. I mean, that's at least the absolute minimum you want to do. 3 zealots coming in, so here we go. Going to get dropped off here. This is very, very nice, and you could do a double attack with this DT over here. He's got a third DT or a second DT up the front as well. And he's got a very large army over here. Nice zealot mount. Legs nearly up there. And Colossus out there as well, so we can sort of attack this as well. Maybe. I don't know what he's doing. I'm trying to keep an eye on all the dots at the same time. Looks like Leenock is not moving in his forces on Polt's base. And there we go. Polt's getting out of there. He sees the Colossus. He's like, goodbye. See you guys later. I'm getting out of here. And we should be seeing some Vikings coming out very, very soon. Does he have any? He does have 6. So that's not bad. Here we go. The Warp Prism coming on in. Coming in. The DT. I don't know where that DT went, but here we go. There's a few Zealots coming back there. Marauders jumping back to take care of them. The DT, where's the DT gone? It's over in there, it's killing workers. Beautiful stuff, we'll keep an eye on that. It's got 4 kills so far. The Warp Prism does get scared away. The DT, I don't know where the third DT went. There was a DT around here somewhere, but this one up here does have 7 kills and it manages to get away scot-free, and now it is going to be going for a supply depot. Is this the DT coming back? 1 kill. Oh, there we go, the scan, and the DT does get absolutely murdered. Another scan going on down here, so Polt has taken care of all of that stuff, but he's a little bit behind on the work. He's down 12 behind Leenock, and that's not a good position to be in. He's still doing very well on the army side, producing a ton of forces, but yeah, I think tech-wise, Leenock maybe, he's got a fair amount of Colossus here, and he's starting to get out high Templar. So 3 versus 6. I definitely think Polt needs a couple more. We got the Warp Prism coming in once again. Chocked up with Zealots. Going to come in. Going to destroy the guy building a missile turret. That's going to be annoying. Meanwhile, is the main army going to come in? It is, but Polt does know it's coming. He's going to fall back. He's going to get his Vikings in a good position on the high ground, trying to defend this. Those Vikings are way out of position, though. They're moving forward, so Leenock has played this very, very well. His Stalkers out the front, but the Stalkers are taking heavy, heavy, heavy losses right there. Most of the Vikings do go down, but in the end, the sheer force of Polt's Triple M army is going to be able to push this force away. Meanwhile, sending off another group of Marauders. How many Marauders does the bloody Polt have? He's got a crap ton of them. Already building 3. It's not like he's facing like massive, like mass Stalkers, like he needs a massive amount of Marauders. He's just deciding to build them, and it's a good decision. It's going to work out because there's a lot of Colossus, and I mean Zealots as well. They do better against High Templars. They do better against the Storm. Doesn't do as much damage. So Leenock, seeing this, is deciding to build a bunch of Immortals. And the only question is the worker count. Now, Polt is starting to get quite a lot less workers. He's down 20, and Leenock has been whittling away at his worker numbers for so long. Polt has continued to defy all the odds by keeping up with his army size against Leenock, really building up the army very, very nicely. And he's had some very, very decisive battles, doing a lot of damage. Not losing too much because, of course, of his medevacs, but the amount of worker damage he's taken eventually will overcome him, and he will have to give it up. But Leenock is going to have some good engagement, and he's going to have to make sure he keeps the pressure on the workers, which he is doing. He's doing a very good job. He's keeping the workers down, and you can see the income tab says it all. It's 27 workers difference right there. And Polt is not even building workers. He knows he's got the army advantage. He wants to finish it off right here. But the longer this game goes on, the closer Leenock gets to being able to actually wipe out this army. And I don't think he's there yet, but give him another few minutes, he may get there. And it's going to be down to Polt to use the advantage he's got now, the advantage in the army size, which is quite sizable. It's like 3/2 or something like that. He's got to use that advantage to go in and actually do some economic damage right now. And now Leenock has seen this drop coming over. Meanwhile, he's going all around the back side, but Leenock is constantly sending forces everywhere. He's going to drop down. He's going to do a lot of damage here. Just attacking gateways, though. I'm sure there's a better target you could be attacking. I mean, attacking gateways is good. Yeah. I mean, attacking workers probably a better option. But here he goes, pulled the main army away, sending it here. Still a bunch of High Templars though, but the High Templars have no real backup. It looks like they actually have killed a lot of units right here. Polt's army looking a little bit less than it was, and the Storm's really, really going down. So a bunch of High Templars are going down slowly, but the Storm damage is just so incredible right here, and the medevacs with no units left to heal, so they're going to be getting out of the drop, coming back down. Going in there, but with an Immortal coming out and a bunch of Stalkers as well, it's going to be very hard for these units to survive. They do manage to take out the Immortal. Might be able to kill a bunch of Stalkers as well. Did they get very many workers? That is the question. And the answer is no. They did not get very many workers at all. There's basically no minerals left here, so there's no workers left. And now the Zealot's just going to be pinning these guys down, and there's not enough to take out a serious building or anything like that. He'd love to get the Templar Archives. It's not going to happen. The drops, the two-pronged attack that Polt just tried to pull off, fairly ineffectual. He killed a lot of army units there, but as far as structural damage, as far as killing a lot of workers, as far as killing important buildings, as far as getting himself back into the game in the long term, I don't think he really did anything there. He's still going pretty good army-wise. He's still got that advantage. He's still doing a great job at producing enough units to keep going with a crappier income. I don't know how he's doing it, but I guess it's because he's just focusing on the low-tech units. I mean, look at this. He's got 2-2 versus 1-2. That's definitely going to help him as well. And the fact is, man, I mean, Marauders, Marines, I mean, this Triple M force is good. And that's why so many Terran players use it, because it is good. And Leenock, man, he's doing all the right things, but he's never been able to get a really, really solid army together to throw. He's been more of a harassment sort of force. And the harassment has been spectacular, but when it comes to the army versus army, Leenock always gets bruised a lot more than Polt does. Polt always kills more units than he loses. And that is how he is able to keep going on, because, I mean, he's basically, I don't think overall he's, I don't know, actually. He seems to be producing as much, I actually don't know what Leenock could be spending all of his stuff on, because he really should be pushing up the army size right here, but he's not. I'd like to say, I guess he is building more. We don't see much of what he's building because it's all being warped in from the gateways, but I guess Leenock is building more and then just overall just losing more. I mean, Polt, look at the control he's got from these guys. They're all half dead, but they're going in, they're running out, they're jumping back, letting the medevacs get time to heal them back up. And as a result, Polt's army lasts a whole lot longer and does a whole lot more damage. You see, they're grouped up a bit better. He always doesn't like spread out his units, whereas we've seen Leenock spreading out his units a lot more. There's no cohesive army group. Since the early part of the game, we haven't really seen a cohesive army group. It's just been bits all over the place. And Polt has been taking that into advantage by constantly just sniping out units. Just boom, 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 boom. And now this is what he really needs to do. He's taken out a ton of workers. No way Leenock was getting those out. Taken out the Nexus as well. Did a great job there. And that is a decisive, absolutely decisive hit by Polt. This is what's going to get him back into the game. Now he can finally get on an advantage in terms of the economy. And now I think with the way he's been playing so far, he's been behind for the last 10 minutes, but he's still been coming back. He's been coming back from a behind position for the last 10 minutes, and he's done a great job at it. And now he is no longer behind. Now he is in front in the economy as well as in the, I gotta say, in the skill so far, I guess, as far as actually doing this stuff, because he really has been manhandling Leenock with this triple M force right here. And now he's got the economy advantage, and Leenock just folds right there. Absolutely folds. So, I gotta say, as far as Leenock's play is concerned, fantastic harassment. Absolutely fantastic. Dropping the DTs off, getting the Zealots in there, killing workers early game. Early to mid, sorry. He's did a fantastic job at crippling Polt's economy early on. Built out a crazy lead in the economy. 27 workers at one point, like 65 over 40, whatever it is. But Polt came back. Polt's control of his triple M forces, absolutely fantastic. It's not that he built a ton, because he did build a ton. It's basically two things he did. One was continuously building a very decent amount of Marine Marauder forces, even with a severely depleted economy. I still don't know how he managed to do that. He must have been muling his ass off, but he got it done. And the other thing he did was keeping his units alive. He's had great medevac control getting in there. We never really saw medevacs getting sniped too much. I don't know if that was Polt doing a really great job or Leenock just not focusing on them enough, but I don't think we really did. If we have a look at units lost, total of 52 Marauders, 91 Marines, only 5 medevacs went down. So if he had, how many medevacs did he had? He had 9 so far, so it's not bad. But I mean, those medevacs were going nuts because Polt was going nuts. He'd go in there, he'd take a lot of hits, but he'd destroy a lot of stuff. He'd stim up a lot. His triple M force most of the time was at very, very low health. And yeah, those medevacs really, really paid for themselves in a major way. They kept that army going for so long, and Polt just went in there and bashed the army, destroyed it, came away with little units, and then finally got chased away. But he was always killing more than he lost. And that is how he got out of that pit that Leenock put him in early to mid-game. That's how he pulled out of it. And eventually, he managed to get in and got the third base out. Beautiful attack, and from then on, it was just game over. We knew that Polt had the micro to do it, and it was just a case of getting that economic lead back. So anyway, that has been this game for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys tomorrow with another one. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.